Hello everyone, and today we have a new video about how you can farm efficiently the new Gelano. There is a class that is super good farming these jellies, so let's dive into that. So guys, here we are with my upper mage. What I have is just basically a very quick and easy set to get. It's the Skara set and 4 parts of the Quack set, plus the Spawn Shield, and pretty much that, okay? This yellow PoE, you should already get it at this level, and then you just need to feed them 2 AP runes to get it to level 48, okay? So you can also use a sidekick if you want. I normally like it to use if I'm against Mint Jellies, because the Mint Jellies can be very tricky to fight because they can kind of run away. Nevertheless, it's fairly fine, and this class at level 50, we have 516 agility points and just 7 action points and 4 movement points. We are level 50, but we can beat these mobs here that are level 60, and we can also do with 8 mobs. So upper mage is such a good class to farm these jellies. I honestly don't know any other one that is better than the upper mage to do this. And you can already start at level 50 farming your jellies, and then at level 60 you already have pretty much 30 jellies, around 30 jellies per mint, blueberry, and strawberry jellies. So for example, you can go to this one. So unfortunately there is like this flister egg at the moment because it's Easter, or it's supposed to be, but this only appears in Easter. I don't know why it's in here, but you guys can see more or less how this works. This actually is not 8 mob group, but anyway, always try to do the achievements. Not always is possible, okay? Sometimes it's just not possible. For example, now it's not really worth it for me to do it. So what I will do is just come here, and the idea is like to always go to next to them, okay? To just try to get as much lifesteal as you can with your spell. So the Mint Jelly is very hard on this one because it runs away, while the strawberry and the blueberry, they kind of come to you. So it's very easy to do this spell just on you and get lifesteal and then use Runification. It's the only combo that you need to do. It's very easy, very straightforward, and also very practical, as you guys will see. You can also put this in mobs, like in this part here, like the creature mod, to become faster to play. So you just do this, then you do Runification, and then you just stay here. So as you can see now, we have 120 agility because of the Runification, so it's a lot. It's really a lot. So on the next turn, if you feel that your life is getting a bit low, what you can do is do this, and then you can do Elemental Shield, and then you can do Elemental Drain. So now we'll have a lot of agility stacked. We have the Elemental Drain, the Air Runes, and a bit of the Ether. So it's really a lot that you can stack with these easy combos. If there was, like, for example, a rune in one of them, you can always use this to position yourself and then use the Transfixing Gust to in a better position. For example, I would say that if I could use it here, it would be even better. In this case, it's not possible here unless I do this here. You can also do it if you like. So you can, now you switch it with him, and now you do to all of them. I normally don't like to do this because then you cannot do your Runification. And Runification gives you a lot of stats and a lot of damage. In this case, I'll just hit one more mob. So for example, on this case here, if I had the polarity, it would have been better because I'll just could position better my Transfixing Gust. But anyway, I'll just do it like this. It's not really ideal, but it is what it is. So you just keep going, doing this. It's super easy. But if you guys have any type of question, please let me know in the comments. I also mage a bit my set, okay, and I also recommend you guys to do this, to mage a bit your set so you are not so glass cannon, you are not so fragile, let's say. Just a small mage is enough to just do this easily, okay? You just keep going and do this and keep going, and then when it's just one mob, you can just do Elemental Drain, and then it's done, guys. As you guys could see, super easy to farm these jellies, okay? So now I'll put a timer so you guys more or less see the progress and how much time it takes to farm around 30 jellies per element, and then I'll explain what to do after that, okay? Also, one thing is that the flister eggs are here, so basically this steals you 1 jelly, because instead of this flister egg should be another jelly. So in the new server it should be a bit faster, and also I encountered a lot of bugs, so I couldn't sometimes choose my challenge, so I had to reconnect, and all of that wastes time. I also died a few times because of my mistakes, or just because I was not so used to this strategy. But anyway, this is a very good strategy for you to just actually farm so fast, but so fast, your Gelano, honestly. Like, normally people take like more than 5 hours to get their Gelano, or even more. And another really cool thing is that a lot of people will not fight 8 mob groups, because normally people will just get 2 mobs or 4 mobs and fight these jellies. So that means that a lot of these 8 groups jellies will be available for you to kill, even though there's a big population in the server, or there will also be like 8 people in the same group trying to fight these 8 jellies, which will take so much time in those fights, and you will just go alone or with your sidekick and kill the jellies way faster. So you guys now will see how I killed all the jellies and how I died a few times as well. So see you in a bit, guys. So, as you guys could see, was fairly quick. Unfortunately, I lost some fights because it's not so easy sometimes to just kill the mobs, mainly like the mint jelly ones, because they always run away. But overall, it's honestly super easy, and I'm also like level 50, and these are level 60 mobs. And so with upper mage, it's actually fairly quick for you to kill them and even survive the fights. And the fights are fairly quick, but as you also could see, there were some fights that I died, but nevertheless, the time overall was like around 1 hour and a half. So the fights that I win the most, that I did them very fast and super easily, was the ones that even if with 8 mobs, if they were always close to me, I could always generate a lot of lifesteal and would make it super easy. So this is a possibility. You can always use the upper mage. In my opinion, is the best one to farm the jellies, but you can use any class, but just take in consideration that you might need to level up a bit to level 60 or level 70 and even have a better set. Another really good choice is a Feka with the glyphs, and use the Lumino instead of the one that I'm using, like the Aqua Dude. You just use the Lumino because then you can heal the Feka, and the Feka just put the glyphs, and then it's super easy. But again, you also have the same problem, which is the Mint Jelly that will always run away from the glyphs as well. But yeah, guys, so once you get like around 30 jellies from each type, then since this is the beta, I cannot really show you this in game, so I cannot get a multi-jelly. So you get the multi-jelly, which is the key to enter the dungeon if you follow the dungeon quest line, and you'll get, once you get to the dungeon of the jellies, then you can enter into this dungeon. Otherwise, you need to craft the key, and it's not worth it because you need to use like the jellies that you'll use for the Gelano. So you just do the dungeon quest line, and once you get to level 60, so I just did this at level 50 because it's important for you to not stay here all the time farming, because there will be a lot of people farming. Just come here like some minutes, farm a bit, then do something else. So if you already managed to start at level 50 doing this, then at level 60 you already have all the jellies ready to just then do the dungeons and get the mob achievements. So you get 30, right? Then you get 10 more jellies from this mob achievement here. You just need to complete an achievement then with the lemon jellies that you will find in the dungeon. And you'll even get another key. So the idea is to do this dungeon twice. The first one is really to focus on the lemon jellies, because you need 20 of these lemon jellies for the Gelano, so you'll get 10 with the achievement, and then we'll see how you get the rest of them. So how this works, how the dungeon works, is that you can fight one of these 4 royal jellies, or even 2 of them, like for example fight the blue and the lemon one, or the red and the mint one. But you can always also fight all of them, or you can just fight one of them. So how you do this is depends on which amount of each type of jellies you kill each room. So for example, if you always kill the majority of lemon of jellies in all rooms, you'll only fight the lemon boss. But if you, in 2 rooms, you fight the majority of lemons, and in other 2 rooms you fight the majority of blueberries, then you'll fight against the lemon and the blueberry kings, like the royal jellies of these 2 elements, okay? But if in each room you fight the majority of blueberry, lemon, strawberry, and mint, then you fight against all of them. So, but in the beginning, always try to focus on the lemon, because the idea is to get you some lemon jellies. You get 20 of them. So on the first room, you have basically 4 of each. You have 4 lemons, 4 blueberries, 4 mint, and 4 strawberries in one group. So I'll recommend you to go with the 4 lemons, so you can already drop 4 of them, and don't forget to do at least 1 challenge so you can drop the lemon jellies. So on the second room, I think there will be 3 jellies of the same type and 1 random. So in this one, I would also choose 3 lemon ones and 1 random. Maybe you could choose the jelly that you have the less in your inventory, like for example a mint, which are always like the hardest ones to get outside of the dungeon. Then after that, you'll get 2 lemon jellies or 2 random elements. Again, I will recommend you to maybe choose again a mint and something else that you don't have as much in your inventory. And then on the next one, you choose again more 2 lemon jellies and more 2 random jellies that you would like. Again, I would prefer really to go for the mint ones, because you can always farm the other ones, the blueberry and strawberry, outside of the dungeon way easier in my opinion. And so then you already have in total more 11 jellies, lemon jellies, plus the 10 mob achievement jellies, and so you'll have 21 lemon jellies that will be enough for the Gelano, okay? So this is like the old recipe, okay? This is the old recipe. Before it was 100 strawberries and 100 blueberries, but now it's 50 strawberry, 50 blueberry, 50 mint jellies, and 20 lemon jellies, and also more 2 of each royal mint jelly, which is very easy because you get 2 royal jellies whenever you do the achievement. So if you come here and go to dungeons 60 and check for the lemons, so in this case it will not appear for me because I already did it, as you guys can see, but each achievement gives you 2 of them. So if you just pass the dungeon and kill the 4 jellies, so you can, for example, kill the lemon jelly, and then on the next run you kill all of them, and then you drop 2 royal jellies from each element, and so it's super nice. So you don't need to worry even about achievements. You just can just pass the dungeon with all 4 royal jellies to drop the 2 of each. Okay, so once you finish this and once you finish the lemon royal jelly, then you go again because you get another multi jelly from the mob achievement, and then on the next one you need to kill on the first room the majority of one, for example the blueberry, the next one for example the strawberry, then for example the mint one, and then for example the lemon. Okay, so guys, just take this in mind because you really need the majority of each element, and always try to kind of more or less see what do you need in your inventory. But the idea is that in the end of these 2 dungeons you already have the 50 strawberry jellies, the 50 blueberry jellies, the 50 mint jellies, and the 20 lemon jellies. If there is missing like 2 or 3 jellies, just farm outside of the dungeon. It's honestly way worth it to just after like around 30 to just go to the dungeons, because most likely you'll get the 20 jellies for the strawberry, the blueberry, and for the mint jelly in the dungeon. So you don't waste time basically farming outside because you still have to do these 2 dungeons anyway. But then after that, after you do each room with the majority of each element, then you'll fight against all 4 jellies. Okay, so then it's a bit tricky. I recommend you to go, for example, with the Stroop Knight because he can attack in all elements. But since you don't need to do any of the achievements, you just need to pass it, it doesn't become so hard. Okay, even if you have, for example, AoE character like for example the upper mage again or the Feka, it really becomes easy because they always summon a jelly and you can just attack them in AoE. But yeah, if you always go with your partner from your team and each one of them as a different element, then it becomes super trivial to do this dungeon, because each jelly, for example the lemon one, has 70% resistances to all elements besides the wind element, the air element, and the mint one beside all of the elements with 70% resistance less earth, and the same thing for the strawberry for fire, and the same thing for the blueberry for water, for chance. Okay, so guys, this was everything for today. I hope you guys enjoy and more or less have a clue now how you can farm your Gelano, and it's honestly super quick. In total, like with all the dungeons and all of that, it should take you like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half to get the Gelano, or even less if you are a bit lucky, if you choose a good time to go to the jellies to farm them, for example, and if you have a good class to farm them as well. Okay, so guys, I have a goal to reach 2,000 subscribers before Tuesday, before the launch of the Dofus 3.0. So please help me achieve this goal. We are almost there. We are basically 100 subscribers away, and I've been gaining around 40 per day, so I think we can do it if we keep going with this rate. So thank you so much for your support, and see you next time.